Hi guys, I hope your week is going really well. Today what we're going to be talking about is your assignment about theme parks. I hope that your learning this week has been fun. We had Star Wars Day and then Cinco de Mayo, and then today is focused around the idea linking Star Wars into the idea of decorating or designing a theme park. You're going to be using mapping skills as well as um, just thinking about it and being creative. And so we're going to have a Zoom meeting at noon today. Have any of your questions available at that time for us to talk about that. We're also going to be talking about your learning pages and how you're doing with that. Some of you still have some of the please fix buttons on there, which really means you need to go back and fix those. I do not want you to be establishing bad habits. I want you to be able to be fixing your work and doing the best that you can. The link is right here for the Zoom meeting, and here is the meeting ID if you need it. It's just this number right here. So we're going to talk about theme parks. Over here is a slideshow about the vocabulary. The vocabulary is right here: theme park, amusement park, attractions, blueprint, and specifications. And here are your instructions of what you're going to do is think about the video that you should have watched on Monday about the Galaxy's Edge theme park that they built at Disney World for Star Wars. I want you to think about some of the things that you noticed about that park. If you are a Star Wars fan, you might have noticed some of the things from the movie. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, you could notice how they scaped it and made the theme so that you feel like you're actually in there. What have you experienced at other parks that you have attended? If you've gone to Kings Island, like what was the feeling that you've had there? I know for myself, going to Disney or to Universal for the Harry Potter Wizarding World, it's amazing because you feel like you've entered into those books. So you want to think about the questions here. Is there anything that you could do that could make the park better? A lot of work goes into designing a perfect theme park, and so you're going to be learning about the process of it. Over on the side, there's a video about the second longest water coaster. So your park could be a regular theme park or it could be a water park. The next one shows how to make a theme park map. So I want you to kind of look at that and watch that one and then become familiar with the terms. That's the top vocabulary one. And then think about blueprints. Blueprints are like the design of the park where they're going to show, maybe they're going to show a top-down view or a side view. This is going to be up to you. And the specifications are the details that are involved in the ride. You might be telling about how big the ride is, maybe the height of it or the speed of it. And I want you to be thinking about that. So what your project is you're going to design your own theme park. There are some guidelines here for how you can complete the project. You're going to name your theme park. I did a little example that I'm also going to post to you, and I called it McDonald Land. That's because I was on the phone with Madison, and that's what she suggested. It's a terrible name for it, though. I want you to think of what you would name your park. Explain the theme of your park. So I said here, Max might want to have a dragon park, and maybe all the different parts of the park are about different kinds of dragons or different types of things that are dragon related. And then I want you to give the specifications for the theme park. Like it could be a sports park. It might be about volcanoes. It could be even about movie characters. And so you're going to tell about when the park opened. So maybe is it past or is it present or is it future? Tell me the number of attractions that your park has. I want you to tell me the size of your entire park, and you have to have at least 3 different areas within the park and 3 attractions in each area. A lot of you might have gone on our field trip to Kings Island last year. And when we did that, there are different sections of the park. There's a kiddie park. There's the part where some of the busier rides are. There's the part where all the games are on that stretch. And so looking at that, I want you to tell me the location of each of the parks, and maybe like sometimes there's a center hub at Kings Island. It's that the Eiffel Tower, and then there's that water pond in front of it. So then the other parks branch off of there, but there's always that central place that you could meet at. Each of the parks that you guys have are going to need at least one restroom in each of the themes, and there's going to need to be a restaurant too. At the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in one of the areas, if you go into the restroom, there's Moaning Myrtle. And so I think that's kind of a clever thought to do in your park as well. All right, you're going to present your theme park design on May 11th during a Zoom meeting. The way that you can present this, it could be on a piece of paper that you're going to show when we talk. It might be that you want to make it three-dimensional. Maybe you want to use paper and you want to use toilet paper rolls or shoe boxes or whatever. That's going to be up to you, but it's going to be a project that I want you to work on. I'm going to see if this works here. Nope, it's not sharing right now. But what I'll do is I will definitely make sure that I post for you the video where I started to make a theme park on Google Slides. If you do use Google Slides, what you can do is you can add shapes to it and decorate your park in that way. On top of that, I also want you to watch Wonderopolis, the fastest coaster. You're going to read that story that's there. Down below here are some engineering thrills. Now I want you to remember, this is Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. However, I will be making another video for you for each of those days. Down here, there are a bunch of different videos that are about the engineering the thrills, and it's got different parks and different rides. So I want you to make sure that you take a peek at those. And then down here is the physics of roller coasters. Make sure you watch that. And then below that, I put some videos here that I would like you to watch about the different types of roller coasters. Like here is the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. If you watch that, you're going to see some of how they themed it. This one here kind of made me car sick, but it's about Expedition Everest, and you're actually in the front seat and you're riding that ride. It made me feel the same way I feel when I'm on the roller coaster. Over here, it's 8 things that are still happening in Disney World, even though it's closed. Kind of a fun thing to watch. And then down here, they're showing you the Jurassic World ride. And here's the ride Frozen and the Toy Story roller coaster. When you're watching these, you might think, well, why is she assigning that? But what I want you to do is I want you to look at those and see what components of a theme were involved in that. And I want you to be thinking about that when you focus on a ride. In the end, by Friday, you're going to be doing a writing that describes one of your rides, and it needs to have details. It's going to be a strong writing project that I'm going to ask you to work on. So here is an assignment too on a writing page on your website. You're going to say, what did you notice was different in these theme parks and the rides of these themes, and what were some of the similarities? Okay. All right. So today we'll have a Zoom meeting at noon. The link is all the way up here. Do not freak out. This is not one day's work. This is Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday's work, but I will be back in touch with you on video. Okay? Have a good day.